I guess
Okay.
it'll be as good as ever.
There you
Alrighty.
go.
Well, welcome to another joyous podcast. Here with me, Sterling Silver, is Josiah Campbell, Biggs, and Josiah Isaac.
Yay.
What, how about you introduce yourself, Isaiah? Who are you?
I am Isaiah. I sometimes am in here and I sometimes am not.
Amazing. What about you, Josiah? Who are you?
Well, I'm Josiah Biggs, and I am more formally known as Isaiah's stepfather.
This is true.
Yes,
I've never-
this is true. Very
I've-
true.
Mhm.
And I, yes, of course, Sterling Silver, am
Are
the
the
person
mother.
who hosts this show time and time again. Alrighty. Why don't we get started with our weeks, or what we've done in the past 2 weeks, I guess. What about, let's start with Isaiah. What have you been doing?
I've saw Deadpool. I am proceeding to buy the rest. To buy and put together the rest of my cosplays for Boston.
Cosplays?
Yes, I have 2 going on.
For Boston?
Yeah, he's going to Baston. Remember
Yeah.
last time?
Anime Boston.
Oh, your Berserk Guts costume?
No, that'll be next
No.
year's. I haven't
Oh,
finished. I haven't finished
No,
with the armor
he's got to
yet.
be. He's got to be big little Mac.
Yeah, I'm gonna be Little Mac and
Oh.
a mask character from Tenku Shippon, which is a pretty good manga. I think I said it right.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I remember. Yes, yeah.
Did I say it on the last podcast?
Yeah,
he
you did.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. All right. It's pretty
It
good.
explains your avatar, yes.
Yes, it actually does. And yeah, just work. Yeah, Josiah?
What have you been working on in, and why? What's up with that?
I am working to get out of the job that I'm in and getting a new one.
Mhm. Mhm.
I am working.
But what job
on-
was that?
This is me being a gas station attendant on night shift on overnights, and I'm sick of having to go to a different town and to bother my friends and family to constantly help me to get there and back. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want it. I'm just gonna get a job closer to home, and it looks like I might.
And that job would most likely be.
That job would be, my good Watson.
Male escort.
Yes. Yes. No, it'd be working at Home Depot overnights for operations. So I pretty much I pick big things up and I put them down. And I'd be getting I'd be making $11 an hour. So
Instead of.
$9.40.
eh,
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot better because I'm
Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
making straightforward $11. My past job, I had to work 2 hours for $8.40, and then I'd get the
well,
$1 increase when it hit midnight, and I'm like, this is literal bullshit. But I used to make $4.50 on an average every 2 weeks at this job. I'll be making at least $5.50 at this new job, and I
Alrighty.
will only have to work 3 days each week.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's nice, and I don't have to work goddamn weekends.
So that literally sums up your past 2 weeks.
Yep.
Anything in the gaming? Anything other movie-wise?
I think there's I saw a trailer for a game that came out a while ago called Visage. I don't know if you
Oh,
guys
yeah,
have heard of this.
I-
Yeah.
I've heard of it. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh boy,
I don't
it's
think so.
spooky.
I
Oh
think
boy.
they talked about it on the Super Bread Friendcast
Yeah.
a couple times, but
I
just
think so.
mentions, not much.
It's
Mhm.
supposed to be the spiritual successor to PT.
Oh,
Yeah, mhm.
But
yeah,
then
yeah.
again, not that long ago, Norman Reedus, I believe, tweeted out something that has to do with PT, and I'm like, whoa, are they doing it again? Because Kojima's a badass and will just do whatever he wants.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I hope so though. I really hope so.
Well, maybe
But-
he'll continue like a spiritual, like.
Yeah, another spiritual
yeah.
successor.
Successor,
Um,
yeah.
But if not, then I will always have Visage to fall back onto because it looked really good.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's that. And I don't know when that's coming out. I think there's just like little bits and trailers for it now.
Mhm.
I believe it's on Kickstarter. So there
Right.
is that.
That's it.
Yep, that's it.
Alrighty. Josiah, what have
Me?
you been doing all this time?
I've been working my tail off at my job. I'm getting back into working out after being sick for over a week.
Jesus.
And that was tough. I also pulled a muscle in my shoulder, so that took some while to get
How
over.
did you do that?
I don't know, probably doing something stupid. I just woke up, and it was one of those really small muscles in your back
Yeah.
that you never
Uh-huh.
hardly use, except for when you turn your head.
Yep.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
It's great.
But it's almost better now. I just had to stretch it in the morning, and it's good to go.
Yeah.
But let's see, what else have I been doing? I'm up to episode 20 on Kamen Rider Kiva.
How is that going so far?
It's pretty good. It's got a pretty interesting story. One that I didn't know I would like so much. If you described it to, because basically, it's simultaneously it's the main character Kiva, him and then you also see his father's story from 23 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're going simultaneous, and they swap back and forth, and so it's kind of like a mystery, because all these things have already happened, and Kiva is the way he is today, but then you go back and see how his father set everything up.
Yeah.
And it's the first, like, successor, like, Kamen Rider. Like, it's really interesting, and they play this little sound so I don't have to pay attention when it switches. And it works a lot better than you think it would, and the pacing is really good for something like that. Like, they're switching back and forth, like, consistently throughout the episode, like at certain intervals, like usually 5-10 minutes, and so there's like a good 3 or 4 switches each episode. But it's interesting to see how they can mirror concepts in both timelines, but keep them original and exciting instead of boring and repetitive. But that's only 20 episodes in so far. This is where you really get to the meat of the Kamen Rider, like where you meet the true enemy, and you start.
And
learning.
there's 50 episodes.
Yeah, well, I think it's 46 or 40. It's always something right before 50. It's always 43 to 49. Never a true 50. But no, so that's going good. I'm watching all the regulars. Let's see.
And those would be
Well, yeah, One Piece.
One Piece.
Yeah, One Piece. Mm-hmm.
Is there some kind of movie coming out? I don't know. What?
Yeah, that's in like May. That's One Piece Gold. They put out a teaser, but it's not really even a teaser. It's just an announcement. It's a 30-second video of them pouring liquid gold into a mold, and the One Piece Gold like symbol coming out, and then like a theater date on it, and no actual animation. So hopefully this will be the first, well, not the first original one in a while, because the other ones have been original, but it seems like they've been skipping back and forth between the reimaginings of certain story arcs and coming up with original movies.
So are those movies kind of like a bit in the way of compilation movies in a way?
No, like they went back and they redid Drum Island with the full cast. Like they got Chopper last instead of when he was in the timeline before Alabaster, and then they did Alabaster, which was a complete just like compilation movie that was just redone in HD, basically of the arc, so that if you didn't want to go back and watch that, you could just watch the movie, and it basically does the same thing, although there are not as many jokes. As there was in the actual Alabaster arc, but
of course,
you don't get to see Ace as much. But Sacrifices had to be made. Ooh, that's still fresh, isn't it? But no, usually the One Piece movies are pretty good. Even the ones that go back and retell a story that's already been told, they're usually pretty high up there. I remember One Piece Z was pretty good, and then The Strong World, that one was really good. But and then I think it was the sixth movie was my favorite, when they went to that Game Show Island. That was pretty good. There's a lot of the earlier One Piece movies are a lot more imaginative and not as money seeking, but and they had some really cool concepts. But besides all that, I'm still watching Dagashi Kashi, and so that's going by pretty well. They had they skipped an episode last week, and so they didn't have one last week, but they had one this week, and so that was pretty good.
So what's the story on this one other than candy shop or something like that?
It's candy shop love triangle basically.
And that's it.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I guess, yeah.
I mean, I don't really want. Well, I mean, not really spoilers.
Yeah,
but,
of course not.
Like the one girl who comes into town trying to get the main character's father to come work for her parents' Candy's company. And he says, well, I can't leave until my son inherits the shop. Son wants to be a manga artist, and the girl that features in his story was supposed to be some beautiful girl that can never be real in real life. She looks exactly, his made-up character looks exactly like the character that comes to town to get his dad. Coincidence? I think not. But and then childhood friends, boy and girl. Girl likes main character. He doesn't know that. Team Josiah for life. And the main character's name is Kokunatsu. Wow. But if they say it fast enough, it just sounds like coconuts. And so everyone who's been dubbing or subbing the series just calls them coconuts instead of writing out the Japanese name. Yeah. So it's pretty good.
That's great.
And so all of it is a giant ad for Japanese snacks and candies, and it's amazing to see how many episodes they can just do on a single item or like a couple items, and the history, and they give you a whole background history and like how kids have inventive ways of using it, or how they keep kids like to be distracted or make their allowance last longer, or it's like ridiculous how in detail it is. I had no idea that there was this much behind Japanese sweets and candies. Yeah. And then we have the Uteware Umono, the False Faces, which is a light novel turned into a dating sim, and this is the second one. It's not a direct sequel because it happens around the same time when the other one finishes, but in a different place. And so I've been watching that one, and it's pretty good. I believe you shared a video pretty adamantly, Sterling, about this one, about the naked men.
What? When did you do this?
A while back when the episode first aired.
Yeah. I believe so.
But to each their own.
Yep.
Dragon Ball Super is going really good. They're about to get to the tournament arc. It's about to start next episode. All the fighting and stuff like that. They finally built all the way up to it.
So have they introduced the characters that they're going to fight, or is that still?
Yeah, they've introduced those guys. Yeah.
All right.
They're from a different universe, and Frieza's blue and doesn't sound like a cross-dresser, and There's a couple, and then also Cooler's there too, but from a different universe, and so he's not. It's weird. Like
Wait,
they're fighting people in the 6th universe. They're from the 7th universe, and so there's a robot guy, and then a Saiyan, but this Saiyan was never taken over by Frieza's men, and they're actually Saiyans are the superheroes of the galaxy in his universe, and it's really funny because Vegeta gets all up in his face about it.
So this tournament thing is actually like an interdimensional tournament.
Yeah, Lord Beerus.
Yeah,
and his twin brother from the 6th dimension. They're both gods of destruction.
Yep.
Guy from the 6th dimension, he goes and he steals the Super Dragon Balls, which are Dragon Balls the size of a planet, and they're what our Dragon Balls are made out of. Little chips of those.
It's called Dragon Ball Super.
Yep. That's why it's called Dragon Ball Super, because they're trying to get the Super Dragon Balls.
Oh boy.
But it's doing everything the GT did wrong right. So
All right.
just keep that in mind.
Damn.
All right. All right.
But besides pushing that aside, let's see. World Trigger is back from. It came back last week from its stupid filler arc that no one liked.
Awesome.
And it's finally back on track and doing good things again.
And that one's about?
That one is... okay. So there's multiple dimensions. And
right.
One of these dimensions comes over and starts attacking our dimension.
Mm-hmm.
And starts stealing people, killing people, causing mayhem. Okay? And there we decide to nickname them neighbors, okay, because there are neighbors in another dimension, okay?
Okay.
And but what they're after is this source that all living beings have, and that's called it's called Trion. And Trion, it's like this sort of like energy source, basically, that you can harness with certain technology. And so we somehow repel them, and well, basically get them to go home. And then we start absorbing their technology, and now we have defenses and everything set up, and people learn to use these things called triggers. And triggers are what you use your Trion with, and there's swords, there's guns, there's sniper rifles, it's all this different sort of stuff. And so they're basically like a military so they start out pretty young. As soon as you enter high school, you can become like a trainee, basically.
So you can start training in how to use triggers?
Yeah. You gotta understand, this manga was written way before the whole Tumblr thing broke out, and so it sounds a lot more awkward saying it now than when I first started reading the manga.
It doesn't sound awkward. It just sounds hilarious. Hilariously real. That's
But no, and basically it's just this. It's a shonen anime, and it has tournament arcs and like major fights and this and that, and it's pretty good so far. It's not the best in the world, but it's pretty good as far as anime today. Then there's Haikyuu, which is the men's volleyball sports anime, and that's in its 2nd season, and it's delicious.
delicious, you say? Nice.
Isn't that the one where it starts off with the character not knowing how to do volleyball? Or that he's actually very bad at it?
No.
Huh?
No. In the 1st season, it starts out that he comprised a team from his school, and he knows how to play volleyball, the main character guy, but none of the rest of his guys, and they haven't done any teamwork. Like,
okay. Yeah,
he's a one-trick pony, thinks he can win the tournament, and gets shut out in the first match. And then he goes to high school, and then he sees the guy who shut him down, and then they both have to try and get on the team, and then they do get on the team, and then basically they're trying to win the All Tokyo tournament for their 3rd-year students because it's their last year, and sentimental,
yeah,
bullcrap. See what else? Do ra 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 ra. The third part of the second season is going strong. We finally found Stelty's head, and she's about to get it in the next episode, so we're going to see what that actually does, because I've been waiting 4 years for this. But it's a wait well waited.
I guess so.
And then Oshiete Galko-chan is still going strong.
I love that goddamn anime.
Oh, and Gate. Let me tell you about Gate. Pop a squat here. Gate is going so well because you know how on the Super Best Friends podcast they're saying Liam keeps on saying it falls into obscurity because of the manga. It keeps on almost tipping the scale and then pulling back and then almost going too far and then pulling right back. Oh my gosh, it is so well done.
It really wants to keep your attention.
No, it's not that. You think it's gonna go into full depravity, and then it doesn't, and then it acts like that was never gonna happen. Like,
and then it looks like
it's like it's teasing the people who read the manga. Like,
it's like wait, what's happening? Oh, okay, all right. Oof.
And then Assassination Classroom season 2 is going pretty well as well. And then Princess Stride is just. I recommend it if you want to pick it up, either now or later. Princess Stride is it's going places, man. I know that Wooly said that, it was like, oh, it's just gonna be one of those ones for the girls, but no, it's turning into quite the shonen anime.
Like Free?
No. This one. This one retains its masculinity much more than Free. Oh boy.
I've never seen Free, so does that mean I should or shouldn't watch it?
No.
You should.
Okay.
No.
Definitely.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, then watch Boku no Pico.
Oh god, okay, if it's on that level then I'm not gonna
No, it's not.
Oh jeez.
Oh, and then Gravity Falls also did
I
the season
didn't see
finale.
any of it.
Okay, I won't spoil it, but
Thank
I cried.
I've only ever seen 2 episodes.
Well, Sterling, now all the episodes are out and you can get them.
How many episodes are there?
Well, there's a first and second season. I don't know exactly. I think there's like 24 episodes per season.
It's typically 24. Yeah.
It's very doable for someone like you, especially now that everything's out.
I also had a question real quick, sorry. How is 7 Deadly Sins?
It's great. The second season's coming up in the spring.
So I should watch it.
Yes, you should watch it.
Okay, alright. Continue, sorry.
Which is really funny because when the original showing in Japan has something that makes it seem like there's not going to be a second season because they kind of go stray off from the manga. Mm-hmm. And then I watched it on Netflix, and they ripped that part out. And they made it like it just stopped where the manga stopped at the time, and like they're going to continue it. And I'm like,
gasp.
Netflix, you're playing hard with that censor game because I have that on my hard drive. I know what happens. I know how you screwed it up. Because they actually partially funded it over there in Japan. But no, what else? Yeah, I saw Deadpool twice. Very happy. I went saw it again. It still is good. As the joke still got me, probably even more the second time. Because I knew they were coming.
Oh boy, I'm gonna watch it like all this next week again.
But besides, that's just about it.
Alrighty then.
Your turn, Sterling.
Let me see what I've been up to.
Yeah.
Well, the last 2 weeks I finished 3. I finished 3 anime series: The Visions of Escaflowne, Paranoia Agent, and I forget. Let me see. Oh my goodness. Oh jeez. Oh wow. Did I forget? Oh my goodness.
Did you?
I watched 3 and I put up 3 reviews. Visions of Escaflowne. v- Paranoia Agent. Oh, Ghost Stories. Yeah, duh. Wow, yeah.
Yo,
Ghost Stories.
is so good.
Mm. Like, have you ever watched it not dubbed?
No.
It's actually an okay kids thing.
I expect it would be.
Like, it's okay. Like, I'm actually pretty surprised that it didn't actually do well in where it was supposed to be out in Japan. Like, probably there was other stuff going on.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of, like, better things to watch. But, yeah, I'm actually pretty kind of shocked at the time it came out, which was in 2003 or 2005, around there.
Yeah. I was gonna say I remember going to the other Anime Boston, I think last year, and one of the voice actors there for it was there. He was the little, as they say in the dub, the little Jewish kid, and yeah, I saw him, and he's a really good voice actor, and he's in a lot of different things. Yeah. But he's like, yeah, so we just got the anime, and we got the script, but then the studio called and said, yeah, we're not doing it. And we already invested our time and money into it, so I mean, we weren't just gonna not do it.
Yeah.
So they literally just took us into the rooms, told us just go ahead, have fun, and we did. And that's what you all saw. And I'm like, this is so good. Like, they were all really proud that they just got the freedom to just fuck around on it.
Like around, I'd say like a little bit before, halfway through the series of Ghost Stories, the dubbed version. Like, that's when it like started to like kick in all the jokes and like went full on Monty Python and just went to heck with it. Just go all the way.
They were kind of like, oh man, I guess we can
pretty hilarious.
Do this. And and then they just fucking were like, you know what? It's been too long. Why not?
Yeah. But like, if you were like, in the ways of, if you've ever watched any kind of Saturday morning cartoon show or like afternoon, like after school show, I pretty much actually recommend the subbed version too. Like, it's okay. It's not bad. But
yes, that's how I recommend my anime to people. It's not bad.
Actually recommend the dubbed version more than that.
Oh.
Because what? I'm actually recommending the dubbed version over the subbed version.
Oh, okay. I thought you said that you were I'd rather the subbed than the dubbed. And I'm like, wait, what? No.
You put a little too many negatives in there.
Yeah,
I put 2 negatives in there, so okay. But yeah, I'd recommend the dubbed version over the subbed version any time of the day.
Anytime.
Just like the Yu Yu Hakusho?
Oh my god, yes. Yu Yu Hakusho is the best. Don't
what else, Sterling?
Come on. Spirit Gun.
Okay, so I got that out of the way. That was fun.
Is there anything else?
The Visions of Escaflowne. I'm going to go through the 2 other ones. The Visions of Escaflowne, as you might have seen on Fox Kids for some reason. I would not know why they would ever put that on Fox Kids.
Oh man, there is stuff you wouldn't believe on Fox Kids, man. When the real kids hours, man, when those were happening on Saturday morning, man. Oh,
Yeah, I'm shocked actually, but it never went too far, so I was like, okay. But yeah, yeah, that's some great stuff right there. If you've ever watched freaking what's it called? Gun. No, wait, no. Heat Guy J. If you've never watched that, but you've also watched Escaflowne, I'd highly recommend Heat Guy J as well because they are made by the same people, and it's basically almost the same story except without the fate stuff going on. But yeah, it's fun. It's, I think, a little bit better than Heat Guy J, but what it did with the whole contrivances and making them like real story-wise was actually pretty cool how they did that. But other than that, it's pretty good. I recommend it if you like any kind of mecha, and if you like shonen and shoujo stuff. It has both of that stuff in there, so yeah. Now as for Paranoia Agent, oh man. Satoshi Kon, I've seen most of his movies. The only one that I haven't seen is Perfect Blue, I think, yeah. And I've never really been an extreme fan of his, although I do like his human characterizations of how how every character feels as real as they can be in a world or in a setting that's also very real, but then gets kind of fantastical towards the end.
I don't know why I got kicked, but
Paranoia Agent is probably one of his greatest, but I wouldn't really say that it has some problems here and there towards the ending, as much of his other films do that I've seen, in that it kind of just goes extremely bonkers in the way of being a little bit too fantastical. And basically what Satoshi Kon wanted to do with this series is that after finishing the Tokyo Godfathers and another one, Millennium Actress, I think, around those two, that he had unused ideas, so he just made a series called Paranoia Agent. And pretty much it starts off amazingly, and it follows the tradition of all Satoshi Kon's works, and it's great. But out of all the Satoshi Kon's works, I can't not recommend his best one that I think, called Magnetic Rose and the Memories triple featurette movie that has the creator of Akira doing another short animation, Satoshi Kon doing another short animation, which I'm pretty sure it's Magnetic Rose, and some other one. And if you like Satoshi Kon's work and you haven't seen Memories, you should probably go see it, get a hold of it somehow, because in my opinion, that's his best work that I've seen. Yet, I haven't seen Perfect Blue. I have it in the on the back burners, but
Yeah.
I'm not too sure when I'll get back to that. And that finishes my reviews of what I finished. What I'm reviewing right now.
Ba-ba-bum.
Oh boy. Oh my gosh. So let me give you a little backstory to this. About 2003, 2004, 5, around there.
Mm-hmm.
This awesome,
Kajiki no Gash Bell.
this awesome channel called Cartoon Network
Oh, whoa.
had the audacity
Zatch Bell.
Hey, man, Zatch Bell is
to
pretty damn good.
have a segment at nights called Adult Swim.
Oh.
And it was what?
It was
What's all
racy.
this anime? What's this
Oh, that too.
doing on my American cartoon show?
I believe you mean
Cart-
Japanimation.
Yeah, Japanese animation.
Anime didn't become mainstream until 2010, buddy.
And basically what you got was the cream of the crop of Cowboy Bebop.
Every freaking night.
Yeah.
Out of order,
Right.
too.
Trigun,
Dragon
Outlaw
Ball.
Star. I think Outlaw Star. I'm pretty sure. It was
Yeah, Outlaw Star, Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, all that stuff. All the stuff that you want. That's
Yu
great.
Hakusho, Inuyasha,
Awesome.
Bleach.
Yeah. There's a reason why Inuyasha only premiered in the mornings at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Bleach was subbed at that time either. Or dubbed at that time.
It was dubbed.
At that time. I think it was.
Yeah.
Um,
I thought it was 2006, 2007.
2006, 2007. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I'm talking about way back when, before that.
Yeah. No, I
But that's when it
understand.
premiered. Bleach premiered like after that, but it was dubbed when it premiered.
Yeah.
But with the exception of Trigun being my favorite at the time, a little thing called Blue Ginger came onto my TV screen, and it was probably at the time one of my favorite animes I've ever seen. Granted, I've only ever seen at that time up to the 12th episode, and that's when my cable just, nope, you ain't got none, baby. And I was like, dang, oh well.
Dang, son.
At least I recorded the last episode of Trigun, which I rewatched over and over and over again. And I did record all of Blue Ginger from episode 1 to episode 12.
Hmm.
And I was just having a great grand old time with that.
Mhm.
Now, fast forward to about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
No, not 2 years ago. About 5 years ago, I got the box set for Blue Ginger that I happened to pass by. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best anime I've ever seen. Let me go get this. Let's buy this thing. Hands down. Let me get my
So you just-
wallets.
You just went over and
Toss
grabbed it
it.
out of the trash can, right?
Almost. And I continued to watch. Now, at the time, around 5 years, 6 years ago,
Hmm.
I wasn't in my review form in the ways of, I'm going to watch this and, oh, if it sucks, I'm just not going to really pay attention at all and just, like, knock it off or whatever. So after I finished 12 episodes, I didn't really think all too much about it because I thought that was still pretty much 10 out of 10. Oh, yeah.
Nostalgia was still blinding
yeah,
you.
it was still blinding me at that time. And then after that, it went downhill like you never even... It was like... It was like the ends of the world.
It was like those moments in Nadia where the episode's going great, and then you have to be reminded that she's a vegan. And then the rest of the episode, all she talks about is how she's a vegan.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then she almost kills herself because she's a vegan.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And... But yeah, it kind of went downhill for me for Blue Gender. And I just kind of was like, I'll just put it on the shelf. The first half was awesome. Second half was bad. Just threw it there, whatever. I might revisit you, might not, whatever, I don't care. Now, fast forward a little bit to about a year ago to 2 years ago, about, and I'm doing this review and stuff, and I've matured, and I've been around the block a bit more than I'd like to, and I guess it was time to go back to my childhood nostalgia to see if my stuff was still blinding, and I reviewed Blue Gender, and pretty much the first half was pretty not that as great as I thought it was. It was probably alright. It still had its problems. It was like, And then the second half was not as bad as I thought. It was pretty much as okay as the rest of the first half. And I was like, oh, no, okay. Like, oh, this is actually pretty all good, but I didn't want it to be not all good. I wanted it to be the best and then the bad. But nope, it was pretty much mediocre all the way through, and it was kind of pretty much recommendable, like extremely. Like, it's still pretty okay. And I was just kind of like a little bit disappointed, but it was like, yeah, I guess this is what it had to turn out to be. Now, fast forward a little bit, or maybe rewind just a tad.
Where are we, Sterling?
The point I'm trying to make is that I watched that and I thought it was the best until I watched it for review purposes and I thought it was okay. And it was kind of disappointing. I watched another show by the same creator who originally created Blue Gender, and he has now originally created this other one that I reviewed, which is called Gasaraki, and that had an amazingly lackluster start with the same kind of concepts with mecha and stuff like that, and then it ended super poorly with like trying to be a little bit too convoluted for its own self by bringing in Buddha and stuff like that, like for no reason at all. Like, okie dokie. But anyways, I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. It's like not really that great. Like, is there nothing that this guy created that actually was good in concept but not turned out to be not great in the works? So anyway, Votoms. I'm reviewing that right this second.
While we're speaking, in fact.
And wow. I really wish I'd never seen Blue Gender. Because if it made me want to watch everything that this guy created, it kind of just makes my eyes a little bit wider, not blinder. Yeah, like Votoms, it starts off. The first episode starts off 10 out of 10. Like, for real. And I'm like, oh my gosh, is this the one where he actually does his greatest? Because this is where he starts with his own thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the first one that he originally created. Like, oh my gosh, everything's going all into. Oh my gosh, my eyes, they can see again. But
It's a miracle.
the second episode comes about.
Ooh.
The third episode comes about. Oh gosh, what the heck is this? The fourth episode, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, all the way. I'm right now at 12 episodes. I know I suck. I should be at 32, but it's Votoms we're talking about. I really hope it gets better after this because so far it's pretty much going downhill, little by little.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oof. Woof.
I really hope it gets better. Like so far it's not like super bad. It's just disappointing of like how like, you can start your first episode with a 10 out of 10, and because I was a fan of Blue Gender and the person who made it, and now it's just kind of like, oh, you were actually bad all this time. Oh. I mean, it's mediocre, but to me that's just bad. That shit.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I've been watching Alfred Hitchcock movies a lot. Pretty great. The only thing I have to say about Alfred Hitchcock movies is I don't think he knows how to end his movies. Like everything ends like, well, like not to spoil anything, but
Okay, his movies have been out for decades.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the free pass is here. You can just do it.
well, some of those movies are like A+s in my book.
Well, yeah, but I mean, most of them have been parodied so much. It's not like.
Yeah, like Mel Brooks' Alfred Hitchcock movie. That one's awesome. If you've never seen Mel Brooks' parody of the entire Alfred Hitchcock movies into one movie, you should watch that. So I watched North by Northwest. I watched Rear Window. I watched Vertigo, and in the past I watched Birds, and I watched Psycho.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of other ones that I haven't watched yet, but these are the three ones that I first said. Those are the ones that I've seen very recently.
Mm-hmm.
Now, North by Northwest, I pretty much loved every single second of it, except for like maybe about the middle, and it was like kind of getting a little bit overused with the whole spy and stuff like that, just a little bit. But the ending was pretty much like, oh, you're gonna rip off Richie Rich? Okay.
I think that was. I think that was a lot. I think. Oh gosh. I think that was way before Richie Rich.
Yeah, I know.
Jeez,
I know.
Like Richie Rich came out when I was growing up. Like. I still remember that stupid speech where he's like, "Oh yeah, this socket wrench factory is gonna be great, and my mom would probably be here if she likes socket wrenches. If she was a man, I bet she'd like these socket wrenches. Man, perfect writing."
Yeah, but no, like at the extreme climax of the whole entire movie, just cuts to the resolution. There's no like downtime or anything. Like it doesn't go like a whole like solution to something. It's like a climax on top of Mount Rushmore. Oh my gosh, they're almost falling. Cut. They're married. Oh, okay. The end. All right.
I just don't
Pretty
think
much.
you understand closure, Sterling.
Maybe he doesn't like closure.
Pretty much. I think North by Northwest is my favorite out of the little I've seen of his.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Now going to Rear Window. This one is actually pretty amazing all throughout. It's about a guy in a wheelchair, and he is looking out of his apartment complex, and he sees like all these open windows of just his neighbors, and they're like probably 3 stories high or 4 stories high, and you can see everybody doing their thing. And like one day he's just looking out, and like all this is shot in like, I want to say
Film. It's shot on film.
yeah, it's shot on film. Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh. But it's shot like super amazingly cinematically. It's really like the cinematography here is like pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
How they got every shot and how the actors acted in every window, how they were supposed to and how they were acted. It was amazing. I've pretty much almost never seen this ever happen, except for a few more times, but more like in the back end of the 60s to 50s, 40s, 30s. But anyway, so it's about this wheelchair person who's just like, he can't do nothing but just stay in his wheelchair and sleep there and watch his neighbors. But one day he witnesses something. He hears something out of the window. He hears a murder? Nah, it can't be. Next, he goes back to sleep. He opens his eyes and he like looks at a couple's house where only the man is walking around with closed curtains and stuff like that. And it's like, huh, that's weird. They never have their curtains closed. What's up with that?
Sterling, it's now I know that The Simpsons has probably parodied this at least 13 times, and everyone listening to this podcast has probably only seen parodies of this movie.
Yeah.
At this point, because I don't think there's that many people alive who've actually seen the original and not more parodies.
But anyway, like it deals with the wheelchaired guy, like going on and on about, oh man, I think he killed his wife, and like a lot of paranoia and all that stuff, and like everybody not believing in him. Oh wait, no, they actually do believe him, and like all the conflict is kind of gone. Of like, oh, okay, then all that's really left is them trying to catch him in an act of some sort, like trying to watch him or trying to get into his house in some way, sending his girlfriend over to like dig up stuff and whatever. And like all it was like, it would have been perfect if the movie was a little bit more about him trying to be a little bit more paranoid, and then the people with him not believing him. That would have been a better movie. But then like almost every character that he told was like, oh yeah, I believe you. Like, oh, all right. And it was like, it kind of never showed anything about the murder or anything that, oh, maybe he did or maybe he didn't. Like at the end, it was like the climax is the husband of the wife that they presume he killed. He comes up to the wheelchaired guy's house because he knows he's been spying on him, and he's like, "Oh, Cracker Jacks, I gotta flash this camera at him while he's moving towards me so I can blind him." And like at this point he already called the cops, so he's like, all right, yeah. And basically he gets into a tussle with this husband, and he's just like grabbing arms and rustling around, and he somehow gets to the end of his window, and he's dangling out of it, and he's like, oh, Cracker Jacks, I'm gonna break my other leg now. And the bad husband guy, who pretty much almost definitely killed his wife, I guess so. The cops come, and then they wrestle him down, and the guy that's hanging out off of the ledge, the wheelchair guy who's like freaking like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fall, and he falls, but he falls like into a crowd of policemen on the ground, but he still breaks his other leg. I'm like, oh, okay. And then, oh yeah, this is the guy who did it. The husband did it. Yep. Yep. This is the guy who did it. Yep. Okay. That was it. Okay. Alrighty. That was kind of anti-climactic. I mean, like, again, this would have been a better movie if he was just paranoid and almost none of this kind of really happened. But, like, it was like, oh yeah, you want to believe that the husband is the killer, but deep down you're like, nah, he's not the killer. But yep, he is. Like, oh, all right then.
All right, sir. Let's wrap this up now. We got other things to move on to.
All right.
I'd love to hear you just stammer on about every Hitchcock movie.
And then Vertigo. Oh my gosh, Vertigo.
3 sentences.
Very, 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 very strung out. And then ends the same way it had its climax. Both the woman that he liked and the woman that he was supposed to protect died. The end. That's like, for reals, that's how it ends. Ooh.
Perfect.
Alfred Hitchcock strikes again. Alright. Now, the last thing, the very, 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 very last thing, I'll summarize what I have to say. In video game news, I did a lot of things, but the only thing that comes to mind is Fire Emblem Fates. I'm not a fan of Fire Emblem Awakening. Mm-hmm. I think it was too streamlined. It was too easy. It was garnered toward like an audience that wasn't
a plebeian
fan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This one is pretty much a little bit better. It still has the same problems, except after a little bit time with it, you get used to, but only after, because it's the second of its kind of genre of the easy Fire Emblems. Mm-hmm. There are some problems addressed. Very thankfully, the types of things that Awakening had that I had a problem with was that you were basically like gods destroying everything because of the pairing freaking thing in that game. But now in here, enemies do the pairing as well, and the pairing has changed that you're not actually a god no more. And I like that. It's a little bit better. It could be a little bit better, but as it stands now, it's okay.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it, except the way that they sold the games is pretty much pointless. They shouldn't have ever done that at all. And story-wise, it makes no sense why they sold two of them differently, because they both start off the same. When you get to chapter 6, it tells you, do you want to start with this game or that game? Like, well, I bought this game, but from what I've seen from the story, I kind of want to play the other game. Oh, too bad. You bought that. You bought that game. No, you're gonna stick to your dollars, dude. You gotta play that game. But yeah, it's not a problem for me because I bought the two games. But it's really, really hilariously dumb that they did that. And okay. Now, I'm alright with the third in the series as a separate thing. I'm not too familiar with that, but it hasn't been released yet. But the fact that they released the two right now of the choices that they make inside that game, completely insane. I don't know why they did that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I'm liking it so far. But that's my biggest complaint, is that they shouldn't have done that. And that's it. So, I heard that you two watched Deadpool the movie. Why don't you talk? What's up? What's with the what's Deadpool? What is this Deadpool?
Speak.
Huh?
Isaiah. Oh, don't tell me he fell asleep again.
I bet he's sleeping.
Isaiah.
I bet that person's sleeping.
Is that you tapping? Okay.
Oh no.
Give me just 1 second.
Is this going to be hashtag Napgate again, 2016? I think it is.
I thought he was just being silent like you usually do.
No, I am.
Hey!
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh, you are being silent. Oh, okay. You're not
You
being
probably
asleep,
just had it
though.
on mute.
Yeah, I did. I did. There was some noise. My dog was being a yipper. He was biting.
Okay.
He was being a dick. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. No, okay, we're talking about Deadpool now. Time to talk.
Oh God damn! Yeah, it is. Hold on. Let me get myself
This
right.
only took up 30 minutes.
I know. I had
If
to
you would stop breathing between every word.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be that mean.
I don't care.
I know you don't. That's why
He's
I
a
love
beautiful
you.
human. Leave him alone.
So Deadpool, what's this about? What's this about Deadpool?
It's a romance
two
comedy,
words.
and it's about
No,
a
it's
man
two
who's
words.
lost his woman. And he's on his way to find his love.
Oh, okay.
No, it's 2 words, Isaiah. It's maximum effort.
Yes, it is actually. It is. It's nothing but maximum effort the entire way.
So,
Like I
what's
just
this
said,
movie?
it's a rom-com. It's about a man who's lost his wife, and he's on his way to go get her.
Wife, they were engaged.
Shh! We already know how it ends.
No, we don't. They never even got married.
Shh! You're spoiling it for the kids.
How am I spoiled? Kids aren't even allowed to see the movie.
That's not what I saw.
I did not see anyone under the age of 17 either time that I went to go see
I
that
did.
film.
I saw
Well,
an old lady.
I'm
and
sorry
a very,
that your city fell into
I saw a very
depravity.
young lady, and I saw a very old lady and a very young boy, and halfway during the movie she left. They both left, and
I
I'm
wonder
just
why.
like, this is the reason why you, I don't know, look up the movie you're going to go bring your spoiled little child to.
Well, yes, but that was only one little boy.
After the credits aired and after the lights came on, and I got to have that tunnel vision that
You're
people see.
surrounded by little boys.
Yeah,
and then you realize you weren't legally allowed to be there.
Club tunnel vision ends, and you see everyone around you. Instead of really old women and running makeup, I saw 2 or 3 more boys and a little girl with her daddy, down in the front rows.
Why?
Mm.
Why? I mean, I saw it. Okay, the second time I went to go see Star Wars, it was Sunday morning,
No, I'm
and
talking about.
I was surrounded by
I'm
children.
talking about like a
No,
6-year-old.
I know, but I mean, like, I couldn't stand them being there in Star Wars. Like, I couldn't stand little kids in Star Wars.
Oh
like,
no, they were quiet. They were good little ones, good little cherubs. They
well,
were
I'm
quiet.
sure they didn't know what to say.
Oh no, they were flabbergasted at the amount of
Everything.
wonderful stuff that it would be.
Mm.
But yeah, to be all serious now, Deadpool is a movie about a person who has cancer and tries to get cancer fixed, and cancer fixing process doesn't go so well because you go through a blacklisted government site, and that usually doesn't go so well.
Well, just to be, let's clarify here for those of us who've read some of the Deadpool comics. This is not his original orange.
Nope. But
or orangey story.
It's pretty close, but not exactly there.
Well, no, this is one of the alternate ones.
Yeah, this is one of his origins.
Yeah, as most heroes, he has several that are sort of the same, so a lot of different. But so this is the one where he isn't part of Project X.
Nope.
And so you don't see Wolverine at all in this movie because they couldn't afford him with the budget of $50 million.
Yeah,
and so they did the best they could. They chose the origin story that they could get done, and they did a lot of great special effects. The CGI was amazing. It didn't take me out of the movie one second. Like, oh my gosh! Like,
not even Colossus.
No, Colossus was the best.
Colossus was good, and also that part where I can't. It's spoilers allowed in this episode.
Yeah, spoilers
are
allowed.
Go on.
Oh,
just,
fucking!
Yeah, Sterling doesn't
either
care
way, I
about
was gonna
spoilers.
start saying spoilers either way. When he's starting to when he meets Colossus again on the bridge, and he starts trying to beat him up because he lost Francis. It's fucking hilarious because he's like, and like fucking breaks his hand. He's like,
the ragdoll
fuck
fight,
motherfucker. And he's like, all right, how about this? Fucking kicks him, breaks his leg. Oh Jesus!
Do not worry, Wade. You always come back. I know you will.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I liked the fact that Colossus, actually had lines in this one versus the other X-Men movies.
Oh, and this one he's actually permanently metal like he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Not like the bullshit first and second movie where he just turns it on.
Yeah.
And he doesn't speak and he doesn't have a Russian accent.
No, he doesn't do anything. He's just a face and a body.
And he throws Wolverine in the second movie. I remember that.
Yeah,
and I remember he saved like 2 kids in the first one when the house blows up, but that's it.
Yeah, when he's leading all the kids out through the tunnels. Anyways.
And of course, there's everyone else's favorite X-Men, Negasonic,
Teenage Warhead.
Teenage Warhead.
That was hilarious.
I just always called it Negasonic.
It was a band, and she didn't choose the name. It's just a band name.
And it's actually an X-Men that she's actually has a comic book character, not just made up on the spot.
Yep.
A lot of people didn't know that.
Which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The way that they went about the origins this time, I liked it. I liked it versus what other people
versus what?
Versus origins. That terrible.
Well,
thing.
the fact that the way they split up the movie was you started out present day, and then he said, "Well, we need to go back, show you how I became like this." You went flashback a little bit, back to present day, flashback, back to present day, flashback, and then we get on to the the actual momentum of the story. And so that's a very nice way of doing it. So it's not just dry and so boring. And the way that they clipped together the origin and the flashbacks was very much only things you need to see, and actual character development instead of just oh hey, this happened.
Yeah, and even
like some superhero films do.
Flashbacks, it was kind of fast paced, and it wasn't like hanging up on certain things. Like his relationship with his girl,
Vanessa.
yeah, with Vanessa, is very quick. Like you see the months go by, you see the relationship flourish, you see him getting penetrated,
But it doesn't.
and then you see, him wanting to
But
propose.
it doesn't scream it to you. It literally it tells you how long they've been together with the song "Calendar Girl."
Yeah, like each month and each time that they're having an affair, it's at a certain point in time in the month, in the year. So yeah, it really dates it.
Without having to put subtitles at the bottom saying October or
Yeah.
November.
Yeah, it just new scene, Merry Christmas, new scene, other
Yeah,
stuff.
it basically it's this month punchline sex.
Yeah,
Next month
this
punchline.
month, punchline sex. This month, penetration sex.
This one.
And then it just keeps on going on.
Mhm.
After that, it gets into the part where it gets a little bit more serious at that part, where it addresses the fact that while during one of these moments you're like, oh, it's just another one of these moments. Oh, he's getting serious. He wants to marry her, and then after he proposes, he fucking knocks out. Like he just falls and he knocks out, and then the diagnosis screen comes in, and it's like, yeah, you have cancer. And it's like, well, shit.
Everywhere.
Yeah, you have cancer almost everywhere. What killed your mom is going to kill you now, pretty much.
Basically.
Yes.
And so he doesn't want Vanessa to go through that because he's seen it. He's seen people go through chemo. He's seen people have to go through all that bullshit, and he doesn't want to put Vanessa through it. So he leaves.
But Vanessa, being the clingy bitch that she is, doesn't want him to leave.
doesn't want to give up on Wade. And she's like, we'll do anything. Like, we'll try anything. We'll do anything. Wade gets the offer from Mysterious Men in Black #1.
Mr. Smith.
And, yeah. And,
Mr. Black.
Yeah, Mr. Black. And he turns it down immediately because he's like, nah, fuck it. I'm just going to fucking die. Just let me live my life. And he just kind of ends it at that. But then it goes on to the middle of the night, later that day. And he realizes, he's like, I actually really don't want this. I need to be here for her. I love her, and I don't want her to see me go through all this bullshit, so I'm going to try. And he does. And it doesn't go great.
Yeah, basically they promise, we're going to make you a superhero for the government, and it turns out it's a private company that just acts like the government, and they're going to sell him into slavery. So he gets mutated. They activate, instead of being embedded with Wolverine's
instead of getting spliced
DNA.
with Wolverine's DNA,
Yeah.
There were some people who were kind of angry at the fact that they didn't do that, but then again, you can just be like, oh, hey, well, I mean, the thing that they shot him up with to awaken his genetic, mutation is that they kind of wanted Wade, this specific person, this specific slave, to be a little bit like Wolverine. So they could have put a little bit in there, but, they don't really say that.
Well,
so
I mean, he does mention Wolverine in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, he does.
A whole bunch.
Which is why I want to say maybe they did that. If they didn't, it's still fine. It's okay. It's one of his origins. I'm happy that the way that they did it. Anyways, they do that.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
And it takes about a couple years. This is a span of a couple years, by the way, where they try to get his mutation to work.
No, it's only about a year.
I thought it was a couple because the way that he goes back to Vanessa. Oh no! It's him chasing after Francis that takes like another year. Because
no, it takes. Remember at the beginning of the movie, it's 1 year, 2 months, 3 days, da da da.
Yeah.
And he was only in the facility for like a couple months before he became Deadpool. Then he was trying to track, and so because I mean, like he doesn't age. I mean, his beard doesn't come out. Like there's not much to show the time. And I can't imagine it being more than a year that he was at the facility.
Yeah, I would say that sounds about right. And then it just took a little bit more time after that to find Francis, which is what she's referencing. That's why she probably says years instead of like specific
Well, yeah, because it was like a year in the lab and then a year trying to find Francis.
Yeah, so I guess that makes sense now. But it takes about a year, and they just do all these experiments on him, and all the while he's still thinking that they're trying to fix him and trying to do stuff like that, but he just doesn't like the way that they're going about it. But after a while, I'm pretty sure after about a week, he kind of understood what was going on and was like, oh yeah, this is kind of bullshit. And the man there, Ajax, a.k.a. Francis.
Francis Freeman.
Francis Freeman, yeah. who's an actual character in one of the comic book series for Deadpool and is actually
Oh,
legitimate.
yeah, he was a recurring villain, yeah.
Yeah, and not just generic Batman, which some people are saying, which is very stupid of them to say.
Well, he is generic. Don't.
Oh no, he
don't
he
confuse
is
it. But like,
generic Batman. But everyone's saying that they just made him up to you just have a bad
yeah,
guy.
no. Well, it's no gallery of what is it? Gallery of Thieves. Gallery of what does Batman have? Is it the Gallery of Rooks? I can't remember the actual phrasing
I don't know what you're trying to.
for his villains.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Something Shadows.
No. You're. Give me
Oh,
one second.
wait. All of his normal villains that he's fighting. I thought we were just talking about like the first bad peoples.
Just give me 1 second. Jeez.
So why
Gallery of Rogues.
Okay.
Gallery of Rogues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the term for Batman's villains because they're so well. Because Batman's just a regular guy, and so his villains have to be extraordinary. But Deadpool's an extra special guy,
So he has to
and so most of his villains are pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So pretty much after a good year of trying to get his mutation to go, he starts they end up just sticking him in this one thing in which it will get rid of most of the oxygen in the tank, enough for you to start suffocating, and right before you get to that point of suffocation, it brings the oxygen back in there for you to just take a breath, and then it'll take away most of it again to get you to suffocate once more, to keep on bringing
Basically,
you
it won't let you take a full
the-
breath, but it won't let
the
you
way-
pass out either.
Yeah, it won't let you pass out, but you won't get a chance
A
to
full
relax.
breath.
Yeah, you won't get a chance to relax in a full breath. I think the way
So it's
that they-
basically 24-hour stress.
Yeah, 20. Oh god! Pretty much the way that they explained it was that you're going to the highest elevated point to the lowest again, and it's just switching back and forth. Right?
Well, no. See, that was another thing that people didn't understand about the machine.
Yeah.
Is that it reads his heartbeat, and so it wants to keep it in that pace where it's just before he's about to pass out, but not enough that his heartbeat slows down, and so it keeps it at that level, and it maintains for different irregularities. It doesn't raise it and lower it; it just keeps it at that line in between passing out and in between being able to catch a breath.
That was pretty much the only thing that I could understand about the machine. I didn't really understand like what it was actually doing. All I know is that it was like, oh hey, it's taking away oxygen, making sure that he stays at that one point, so he can never really die and or live like have a relaxed state. So his heart is always in a working like a very stressed manner. And
it's as stressed as it can go without completely
killing.
exploding, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So pretty much what that does is it starts a mutation in his body and where his cells will
Almost immediately.
Yeah, I think it's after
Within like an hour.
No. It was at least nighttime it was morning when they did it, and then it was nighttime when they
How do you know they're underground? They turned off the lights to leave for the weekend, and then it happens. You don't know.
I
Like
believe he
it could
said
be an
wakey,
hour,
wakey.
it could be a whole day.
I don't know. I'm just saying that
No, he wakey when he wakes him up and he's already done. Like
all
they
I
close
know
the
is
machine,
that-
they
all I-
turn it
all
on,
I know
and
is
then
that
they shut off the lights, and immediately he transforms. Like that's
all
the
I
pacing.
know is that there was a little bit of a skip there, and that he said that you have a nice weekend, and he's like, "What weekend?"
Yeah.
And then shut it down. So it could be any point in time. I don't know. It could be right. You could be right. It could be within the hour. It could be the next day. It could be whenever. But the point is that it happened. There was a bunch of shit that went down to his body. The cells reacted in such a way in where the cancer in his body also had was mutated as well, because if you gained
Wait, what?
regeneration, I'm assuming everything in your body at that time also regenerates and can't, die at that point. So that's probably what happened to him, and which spread to the rest of his body.
No. Now, this is where you're completely
No?
wrong.
No.
No.
Serenade
Basically,
me,
what
Uncle-
happens is
Uncle-
once
Uncle Josiah, tell me.
once his mutation goes over, okay, he is curing his own cancer before it can develop.
Mm-hmm.
And so that he doesn't cure his cancer just can't keep up with his body now.
So that means that it's spread out throughout his body.
No, it's gone. It cannot. His cancer is destroyed by his body, and whenever it tries to come back, it gets destroyed before it even exists. Like his healing factor is so strong that it's keeping the cancer from reforming, forcing him into remission permanently.
Oh. So wait, it comes back, it's gone. It comes back, it's gone. Oh, it's kind of like
No, it doesn't actually come back. It can never actually come back because the body is so fast at healing it that it doesn't have a chance to come back. The body is so far ahead of the cancer that it can never. He still has the cancer. If his body stopped healing, it would come back immediately. But because his body is healing at such a rate that the cancer cannot reform.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get, but I don't know. Anyways,
I mean, Ajax explains it like
he's fixed but not fixed, I guess, in this way, right? Because
he turns butt ugly. Yeah, he looks like
now,
cottage cheese.
Yeah, now he looks like Freddy Krueger.
All over.
Yeah, all over. And so he gets this wicked awesome powers to survive almost everything now, right?
Well, no, everything. He's immortal, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, after that whole deal with Thanos, yeah, he pretty much does become immortal.
But no, and so basically he finds a way to break out because Ajax is like, oh look, you're a mutant now. Cool beans. I'm gonna torture you some more because I'm a prick. And then he's like, oh hey, look at this. And then he's like, and then he blows up the lab, and then he fights Francis. Francis beats him, but then he thinks that he died because he doesn't know the strength of his healing powers, and he wakes up. He's all naked and ashy.
A sick fatality on Deadpool and stabbed him right through the chest cavity with some iron, right?
Rebar.
Like an iron rod. Yeah, like a rebar. And fucking bends
yeah.
it so that he can't back up and get himself out of it. Which is awesome.
But so most of the patients dying in that fire, they ditch the premises because they were doing illegal activities. He wakes up, somehow gets clothes, goes to find Vanessa, finds out that he's extremely ugly because people won't stop staring at him.
Oh no, he knew he's ugly after that happened. They showed him. He's like, "What the fuck did you do to me?" He's like, "Oh well, you should be."
Well,
happy.
He didn't know how people were gonna react though.
Oh, I would assume someone would know how they're gonna react, looking like a Sharpay.
Okay, your whole life's just turned upside down. You were supposed to die in a fire. You're now walking on the street, and you haven't had any human contact that didn't expect you to already be horribly disfigured at the end of this process. Even if you know what's coming, it's still gonna surprise you.
I mean, bad times are ahead, kiddo.
Jeez, Isaiah, have some empathy.
No.
But regardless, he decides he chickens out, doesn't talk to Vanessa, decides he's going to go after Francis because Francis told him he could reverse it. So he goes back and he starts hunting down the people that might be associated with Francis and killing them one by one. And that's when we get Deadpool. He starts out with a pure white costume, but then it starts bleeding, and he can't get the blood out when he goes to the laundromat. And
so he's like, why not red?
And then he moves in with that sassy black lady that's blind.
She was the fucking best.
It was the best. I like the part where he's on the couch in a hoodie, and he took some serious pain meds, and he's just snuggling up against her, and she just lets him. And it's just so funny. Like,
if you want any cocaine, I left it right somewhere in this house, right next to the cure for blindness. It's just like, wait, what?
She was a former cocaine addict.
All right, give me the gun. Up. Oh, ew, down. Oh, fuck yourself.
No, but so basically, He goes after Francis, almost catches him. Colossus comes, pulls him off it, says, "You shouldn't be fighting, Wade. I'm Russian. Listen to me. I brought the little mini girl."
You shouldn't be killing everyone, Wade. Stop it. And he's like, I'm not. This isn't me. This is not my fault. And then that guy falls down from the fucking billboard.
Yeah.
God. And then
But yeah, so he teams up with the X-Men, goes, saves the day, gets his girl back after she's kidnapped by Francois, and everybody lives happily ever after with Careless Whisper singing in the background.
Except he doesn't get his beautiful handsome face back because Francis was lying.
Oh well, guess what? Everyone knew that from the comics.
Yes, but not everyone knew that going in.
Well, then I'm sorry that they didn't,
Remember,
read.
we also have to explain some things for the idiots who think that some things weren't the way that they were supposed to be for them.
Oh, and how that construction site that they crashed was actually the downed Shield.
Yep.
Helioplane.
Helio. Yeah.
Helio. It's like the helicopter.
Helio
plane.
character thing. Carrier.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that was an homage, and then also there was Rick, one of Deadpool's sidekicks from the comics.
Bob.
Remember, he's like, "Oh, hey, Rick."
It was Bob.
Was it Bob?
Yep, Hydra Bob.
Hydra. That's right, Hydra Bob.
He's a Hydra. Which I think they also might get in trouble for, but not really. Hydra Bob is obviously, as I said, a Hydra agent that Deadpool has teamed up with several times, and they're best buddies.
Yeah.
Except this time.
And he doesn't kill him.
Yeah, he doesn't kill him this time. He just knocks him out.
Yeah, he's the only person he probably didn't kill in that whole movie.
Yeah, I especially loved who they kind of picked for Hydra Bob. I didn't expect that specific person. I don't know his name, but he's in everything that's he's in a couple things, and he's a really good background character. He does a good job. And Negasonic actually became a pretty good character. I didn't expect much from her, but I love that tag team when she did the explosion while Wade was on the piece of metal, and he's just screaming.
Yeah, I love it.
That was
just screaming at the top of his lungs, flying up.
Just fucking.
Oh man!
Just blasting up. That was the best thing I could have asked for.
My favorite line in the whole film was when she comes to the door. Wade knocks on the Xavier School for Gifted Children's door.
And he's
and then Negasonic's right there, and she's wearing like this tank top. She has the shaved head and like the black lipstick, and he's like, "Oh hey, Ripley from Aliens 3." And it's just like, and that's exact. She looks exactly like Ripley. Like she's wearing the exact same tank top and like looking.
She's like, wow, he's like, wow, what a big house. How come I can only see two of you? It's like the budget didn't have enough for any other X-Men. It's like,
oh, that's great.
It's like, oh, that's right. They didn't have any other X-Men because the budget got cut. Because whoever thought that an R-rated Deadpool movie was not going to sell well is an idiot. Yeah, that's
Fox for you. They've always got to screw something up.
That's the reason why they cut the budget, by the way, everyone. It was they had a lot more money for this.
They had $150 million.
Yeah, which is good, and they gave them what, $15 million?
$50 million.
$50 million to work with, which isn't.
Yes, they gave a third of the budget. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a third of the budget, people, and they still made a great movie off of just a third of the budget. And it was mostly because they didn't think that this movie would do so well because it was R-rated, and I don't know why they thought an R-rated movie wouldn't do so well. It's just.
Does this mean it'll open the gates for more?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. With the ending credits.
Hey, just so you guys know, there are plenty of R-rated superhero films that have already come out and done moderately well.
Oh, yeah.
I Judge Dredd. Oh my God.
Yes. Although that one did a lot better on the DVD release than it did in theaters for whatever reason. I saw it 3 times when it was in theaters. It was amazing.
I saw it on DVD.
Uh-huh.
It's on Netflix too.
Yeah.
I had the DVD as well. It's an amazing film for the time. There wasn't anything really good out at that time.
Or
I don't know why people didn't go see it. I mean, it was just kind of weird. Yeah, that one fell off the radar for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But they are totally leading to a number 2 of Deadpool,
Uh-huh.
and I am excited for Cable to finally make the jump in. Especially the fact like they have no reason not to make another Deadpool, especially because right now it is it blew every other R-rated movie out for release when it came in for 135 million.
135 on the weekend. Yep. And so it beat even Blade 1. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I am gearing up. I am getting ready. I am ready for the extra double deluxe Blu-ray copy executive's decision version of Deadpool.
I want to see those deleted scenes, man. They have deleted scenes on that DVD.
Oh my God, there are so many bloopers. You cannot tell me there are not so many goddamn bloopers on.
Well, no, not just the bloopers. There's some scenes of him falling into madness that they took out of the film for time's sake.
I would love that. I would love to see
I know.
that.
I can't wait to see it. But I have to wait for the stupid DVD.
Yeah, I can't wait for Cable to come out. If they have Colossus still in there when they do Cable, I would like to see a little, oh, hey, son. Oh, hey, dad. You know, a little banter. If not, then I'm happy with it either way. Maybe a little bit more of Hydra Bob.
Maybe if they get the rights to him. Fox doesn't have the rights to him right now.
If they can get the rights to him. But, you know, maybe just like a couple more scenes with him. Although that really quick scene was just enough for me to go, oh, fuck yeah! In the theaters. I'm pretty sure one of my friends looked over at me and said, what? Why are you screaming? And I'm like, do you not know who that is? But, yeah, I want to... I need more of this movie.
For people who have even like heard of Deadpool before, seen any of the his animated performances, or any of the good things to come out, well, he did all right in the new animated Spider-Man done by Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he didn't swear; he was PG-13.
What? What happened?
You still? Oh, did you not see? Haven't you seen those clips from the Amazing Spider-Man done by Disney in the last couple of years, and Deadpool comes in?
What? No, I didn't see any of that.
Yeah.
What? You haven't
that's
seen
like
this?
2-3 years old.
Nope, I didn't see any of that. Wait, animated Disney, like.
Yes.
It's animated, yes.
Oh. Yeah, I've seen the little Spider-Man shows with Deadpool in them.
Shows?
Is that no? That's not what you're talking about. Hey. Huh. Then I have not seen these. Link these to me.
I will. Don't worry.
Thank you. I thought you
Just
were
let
talking.
me finish sandbagging you.
I thought you were talking about. Oh. If you're gonna sandbag me, at least give me some water so I can have a mud bath.
Whoa.
Yeah. I thought that you were talking about the Spider-Man animated TV shows where they've had Deadpool come in once in a while, and it was still pretty good. No. So yeah.
So apparently there's going to be a third reboot, well, a fourth reboot of the Fantastic Four.
Oh God.
I hope.
Wait, really? Have they already confirmed that?
Correctly, because the last one was real bad.
The first one's better than the last one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think you know which one I'm talking about, Isaiah. I'm talking about the one in the 90s.
Oh. Are we? We're not talking Jessica Alba?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay. But yeah, apparently, from rumors that I heard,
Little whispers on the wall.
they're going to try and make it also an R-rated film.
Oh, why?
We'll see.
Would they do that?
Okay.
I don't know.
Let's just put this into some perspective here, okay? The Fantastic Four is already the biggest joke in the Marvel Comics. Reed Richards shows up to give someone else something useful every once in a while. And that's his job as an Avenger, is not to do anything physically, but just to invent things that make a job slightly easier. And so, and the Thing sometimes does things with the Hulk.
Like sometimes
that's
punches
it.
the Hulk, and sometimes the Hulk punches the Thing. I'm pretty sure there's just
No, sometimes they go off and they just have they have adventures together sometimes because they both are big silent guys.
Yeah, no, they do have adventures together sometimes, and then there's other times where the Hulk, I think in some comics where the Hulk is still kind of a side thing.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
And he's still like a little bit rampage here and there. They call the Thing in to kind of rope Hulk in.
Try and wrestle him.
Yeah, try a little wrestle. Little RKOs.
Russell.
Little people's elbows. So they try to do that together sometimes. So yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's about the extent of the Fantastic Four in the comic books right now. And to think you're trying to hype up a movie made by them, I mean, out of all the properties that Fox bought from Marvel, Fantastic Four is the one they should actually drop.
Yep.
Honestly, that's probably their best their best bet, considering, oh hey, we're gonna do a Fantastic Four reboot. Oh yeah, cool. I'm down with all these characters. Wait, what? Hold on, that's not. Wait. No.
I mean, this will be the fourth time they basically failed on a financial level from these movies.
Yeah.
Because even the second Fantastic Four, the one that came out just, Spider-Man, that one did not do well. It was well received, but it did not do box office
This last one wasn't even
and
in
neither
the
did the
theaters,
Silver Surfer.
Uh-huh.
We're not even talking about that one yet.
I just want to let you guys know it wasn't even in my theaters for about like 4 days, and then it was gone.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm surprised they didn't do a Gem in the Holograms and pull it from the box office.
Word! What? Sorry.
I wish I could have seen it before they pulled it. I wish I could have gone out and seen it.
Yeah, all I did was saw the the trailers for it, and I'm like, what even is this? And I looked up Gem and the Holograms, and I'm like, this isn't even what?
Well, you've never seen Gem and the Holograms, the Saturday morning cartoon?
Are you?
I
needed
needed reaffirmation. I just need a little pick me up.
Okay.
I've seen it before. Calm down, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
I've seen it before.
Right,
it's just that I needed a
all
little.
right,
I need a little reminder. A little limitless pill. A little reminder. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right.
I'm trying to think. Gem and the Holograms is now on a public access television network. I forget what it's called, but it also has My Little Pony on there.
It's Discovery Channel for kids.
No, it has a special name now. It was that channel.
It was Hulu.
Oh no.
And then it turned into Discovery Kids.
And then now it's gone by that new weird name.
Hey kids, discover
I forget what it
some
is.
cool ass cartoons.
I'm pretty sure
it's like Cubo or.
Sounds about right.
Maybe in your neck of the woods.
No, that's what they told us on Watch Mojo too.
Maybe in your tree line.
Because here it's still called Discovery Kids.
I'm sorry, the time difference puts your channel back, 5 years when it was still called Discovery Kids.
Fucking snap.
Oh wow.
Is there even still Discovery Kids? I don't even know. Holy crap. Okay.
Oh god.
But yeah, it also has Strawberry Shortcake, that 3D animated one.
Wait,
yeah. Ooh.
Wait. What more on this wonderful?
I would have rather watched that.
What more on this
MLP.
wonderful story about this wonderful reboot of a wonderful franchise? Is there anything else? Is there anything? No, god damn it. Is there anything more on the Fantastic Four?
Oh, that's all I know about it. Is
that
they're maybe making a fourth reboot?
I don't.
And they're maybe making it rated R,
Well,
just because this Deadpool movie did so well.
No,
because it
that's
was rated R.
totally not a reason why you should make it rated R. Fucking Fantastic Four is completely PG-13. It fits for Fantastic
But
Four.
what about the thing
What are
and
they?
the blind girl?
They do nothing. They literally do nothing. They don't even have sec. Like, what is he? No.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking no.
Bop.
Oh boy, you're gonna get me heated. You're gonna get me screaming, and it's like 10 here.
Alrighty. Let's wrap this up,
With a pretty little
shall
bow.
we,
We
gentlemen?
still haven't talked about the homework.
Oh, but did you not read?
No.
Oh. Do you not read, Josiah?
Do you not read this time?
I'm sorry, I was looking up that stupid TV station.
Is it still Discovery? And then you just have pictures on your wall. Discovery Kids. Cubo. Watch Mojo. Just red lines connecting to Francis, and that's it.
Alrighty. Why don't we end this
shut your pie hole.
with what we like to expect this upcoming week?
More Deadpool.
Maybe this. Oh, okay. This week you're gonna go back to see Deadpool.
You,
more?
without a doubt. I'm getting my paycheck this Wednesday, and I am splurging.
Oh, that's what it's called. I found it now. The Cubo, which what it was called, is now called the Hub. It's not Discovery Kids. It was one that was just like it,
I've
though.
heard of the Hub.
Had some of the same programs.
Yeah. Here it was called the Hub for like a long time, and it now, like barely about maybe a year ago, changed it to Discovery Kids.
No, but Discovery Kid was like back in like 2000 to 2010.
I'm telling you, man.
So,
Man, you need to check. I don't know
Dude.
why you cable providers trying to pull the wool over your eyes, but selling you old TV is not good business.
but what if you're being sold old TV too, Josiah? Because how
No.
Sterling is putting it. No, you're right. Your opinion. You're right.
Nope.
I'm sorry. No, I went and saw the same thing on my same on the same
too.
network at my grandparents' house.
It
And I
sounds
have
like
it.
And they
Sterling's
live in
doing
Florida.
The exact same thing, though.
No, but Sterling never watched it in a different state in a different time zone.
This is true because you have also not done the same.
No, I have. I did. I saw it at my grandparents' house in Florida.
In California, eh? I'm sorry.
Florida.
I'm sorry, that doesn't sound like California, eh?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry about your internet taxes and your drought and the high price of gas there, but I'm just one man, Sterling.
I mean, if we really need to put a bow on it, I guess I can look it up over here, and then really put this to the test.
I mean, I'm sorry
It's called
that you're.
Cuba over there now.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, next
No,
time
I already
we'll
checked.
figure it
I
out.
already checked. That station went off the air permanently.
But anyways, so you're looking forward to Deadpool Isaiah?
I'm looking forward to more Deadpool.
And that's it?
Getting my cosplay finished, which won't happen for about like another week because I still have to order the gloves.
And then quitting your job?
And then quitting my job.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And what day would that be?
My last job working would be this next Monday morning. Monday.
So tomorrow?
So good to be... No, next Monday.
No, yeah.
Okay.
And I will most definitely be playing Monday, as I am leaving for work.
Well, you have a chase within a GTA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monday.
Well, you never seen the others?
I believe I have, yes.
with Will
No.
Ferrell and
Yes.
Marky Mark.
Yes.
I think Marky Mark.
Yes, it is Marky Mark. They're in a Prius.
Oh, you mean the other guys?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the other guys,
Okay, I'm like the others.
the
that's
others
a completely
with
different movie.
yeah.
The others.
I'm like, what are you talking
completely
about?
different, Yeah. Yeah. No, they're being chased down the streets in a Prius. Anyway.
Yes. Now I remember now that I know what movie we're talking.
Yes.
Uh,
Now that I've given
What
you the
about
correct
you,
information.
Josiah?
Well, I'm actually looking forward to 10 Cloverfield Lane, the
That.
new
Oh,
J.J. Abrams
yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
That actually
I
looks like it.
Thought
looks
it was
like
a
movie.
show.
No, it's a movie.
Is it a movie?
I really hope
How
John
did you?
Goodman acts good.
How is it a TV show?
I thought it was a TV show. I'm sorry.
What, did you only see it on YouTube? Previews?
I think
I saw the previews every time I wanted to go see Deadpool and Star Wars.
I didn't see any of them for those. I saw that during YouTube and TV.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
can see why you might think that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I
No.
thought it was a TV show because I never.
It comes
saw
out March 10th.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It's the next big thing to come out,
Maybe.
at least on my radar.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, I mean, only because the trailer is actually a trailer and doesn't spoil the best parts of the film.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, does J.J. Abrams know how to do trailers? Thank the Lord.
I mean,
And not like that Dawn of Justice, Batman versus Superman.
Oh,
Mm.
and
Didn't
I
you
saw the
like
new
when-
Suicide Squad trailer. Oh,
I'm staying
please.
away from the Suicide Squad trailers, the Dawn
Yeah,
of
you
Justice
should stay
trailers.
away from the Suicide Squad trailers. And
Well, I
Dawn of
can't when they're in
Justice.
front of Deadpool.
Oh, I can because I didn't get
Just
any
close
of
your
those.
eyes and scream real loud.
I got like every.
Did you?
I got every other fucking trailer under the sun besides those two.
What did you get?
I fucking forgot, dude. I wasn't paying attention to the goddamn trailers. I was hyping up for Deadpool.
Were
How would you not
closing your
pay
eyes and
attention to the
screaming?
trailers? There's like 20 minutes of them
Because I was
before
talking
Deadpool.
to me and the other moviegoers who were also talking, and we're like, "Man, this is gonna be so good." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm right." And he's like, "Yeah, I really hope they do this thing." And I'm like, "Yeah, I hope so too." Also, what do you think about this, and this? And I just completely turned around
Oh,
in my
man.
seat. And I started talking to this guy, and then this girl chimed in. And I'm like, "Hey, you're pretty cute." And I started talking to her, and I'm like, "Bye, guy."
Mm.
And then I found out it was his girlfriend, so I couldn't exactly,
Alrighty.
just shut it down.
Yeah.
Isaiah, let me paint a picture for you.
Is
You're like
Picasso?
that guy that I had a roommate with in college, and he would walk in the door, keep his face on his phone, and not see any of the important bulletins that were in the dorm. And then when I would go to the dorm meetings, he'd be like, "Where the hell are you going?" And I'm like, "Oh, we have a mandatory dorm meeting tonight."
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's a
Yep.
good thing college isn't starting
And
for me.
But no, the new Suicide Squad trailer wasn't that bad. It's just I hate the Harley Quinn. Oh my gosh, Harley Quinn in those trailers is like the most stereotypical white girl. It's like,
Mhm.
why would you
I think
put this
she'll
in the
flesh
trailer?
out.
If-
I think she'll flesh out, and
I
then
hope
she's just showing.
I hope this is the worst part.
Yeah, I think
because
they're
it's
just showing,
like-
what everyone wants to see for Harley. Sorry, continue.
No, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that Harley Quinn. Take her out of the movie if she's gonna do what she did in that trailer, and that's all the character she's gonna be.
No. What I'm saying
oh my
is
gosh.
that they're only showing those snippets where she acts like that type of Harley Quinn, which is what some people might want to see before they get to the part of the movie. You're one of those people who are like, "Yeah, I understand that Harley Quinn. Get fuck over it, move over. I want to see."
No, it's not that I understand that Harley Quinn. It's just that her writing is garbage in those scenes. Like literally, the way that she acts them and the lines themselves are both garbage.
Yeah.
I wanted to throw up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have until the movie starts to really hate it.
On the other side of the spectrum, I'm looking forward to it extremely.
Well, I'm looking forward to all the other characters because they were well
Yeah.
represented in the trailer,
Yeah, Will
and they
Smith.
didn't have any spoilers or anything like that.
Even
Ugh.
the Joker.
Yes, actually, this new trailer actually kind of saved the Joker for
Yeah.
me. I was kind of 50-50, with like all the other characters. But this new trailer with the Joker actually kind of brought me towards, I kind of like that,
Uh-huh.
But no, I could show you that trailer, Isaiah. It doesn't have anything groundbreaking in it, trust me.
I'll stay away from it.
Yeah.
Okay. But don't try and interpret my words and try and wrap them around your finger, okay?
I won't.
I know what I'm saying.
I mean, unless your words are, Isaiah, will you marry me?
Is this a proposal right now?
I mean, he says he wants to
I
wrap
think
it
he's
around.
asking me to propose.
Should I back down?
Oh. Sterling, I didn't know.
Sterling. Sterling son.
Oh, boy.
All right. What I'm looking forward to is
Oh, I didn't finish what I was looking
playing
forward to.
more
Oh.
stuff. Yeah.
Poor Josiah. Did you... Did you finish?
No, we just went off on a tangent.
Well,
Again.
what about you, Josiah?
Well,
have you got something to interrupt me with?
interrupt you with?
Yeah. Interrupt my
Excusez-moi,
time.
monsieur.
Monsieur.
All right, go on. What are you looking forward to? Yeah. Yes.
No, I am looking for the new, the next part of the Digimon Tri is coming up quickly, quicker than you think. And then also A Boy and His Beast comes out here in a couple weeks.
What's that?
That's by the same people who made Summer Wars.
Okay.
It comes out March 16th, I believe.
Yeah.
And that's the next big anime movie. And Facebook keeps on saying that, oh, hey, like Funimation's like going to do this, blah, blah, blah. And I keep on thinking it's already out. And then it keeps lying to me because the stupid, clickbait title. And so I finally ingrained it in my memory that it doesn't come out until March. But there actually will be some dubbed premieres at the same time that it premieres in Japan for one of the first time ever here in the States. So hold on to your butts.
I'm holding on to it.
Alrighty. And are you done?
But yes, now I'm done. I'm
okay.
sorry.
All right.
Continue, kind
what
sir.
about you, Sterling?
Okay. Now, after I was rudely interrupted by Isaiah,
Hey, yeah! That's my job.
Full circle.
well, I'm really trying to get through Votons. I really hope it gets better. I really, really hope it does. Oh gosh, please.
Please, dear Lord.
I'm want to play more of Fire Emblem Fates and see where that goes. Hopefully the story is better than what I've seen so far. Yeah, I really do. I really, really do. Other than that, yep. That's hopefully I will finish Votoms and I'll start with the last, finally after like 3 months of doing this poll. My gosh. Jeez. There's a lot of hiatus, I know, but yeah. But yeah, that's really about it. And without further ado, I guess we should all say goodbye, children. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, such a sorry word to say from me to you. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye, my love. Goodbye and sweet adieu.
Won't you
I
be
can't
my
believe we're
neighbor?
leaving now, but the time has come to tip the cow.
Are you...
Goodbye.
Is this a real song?
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye?
Bye-bye.
Bye.